look deeper. You are right, you are not the mind. And it was telling us so long that I am the mind. Now it's telling us you are not the mind. There is something interior to the mind, subtler than the mind. Pratyak, inner, antara, anyoantaratma vigyanamaya. Vigyanamaya means the sheath of the intellect. The intellect and the mind are the same thing but performing different functions. It's the same inner instrument. Vedanta tells us it's the same inner instrument, but we make a distinction based on the function. You see, what the vigyanamaya does is, it understands. It's the intellect. And it is also the agent. When I feel I am speaking, it's not the mind. It's a certainty which is there in my mind. That certainty is produced by the sheath of the intellect, the vigyanamaya. In fact, the best way to think about it is, right now, we are all trying to understand this using the vigyanamaya. What we are using now, the word is buddhi. That's part of the vigyanamaya. So the intellect by which we are trying to understand what's going on now, hopefully, is the vigyanamaya. And am I that? I seem to be that. When I say I am Swami Sarvapriyananda, that's the vigyanamaya. When I say I understand what this guy is talking about, I do not understand what this guy is talking about, that's the vigyanamaya, which understands or does not understand. It's another function of the inner instrument, antakarana. Again, apply the same logic. Are we aware of the intellect? Yes, we are. Are we not aware of understanding? I get it. Understanding, I'm aware of that. I am confused, I don't see what he is talking about. That's the intellect again. So I'm aware of it. I'm aware of my intellect. Am I not aware that I am Mr. So-and-so or Mrs. So-and-so? I'm aware of it. If I'm aware of it, then the intellect becomes an object ever so subtle, but still an object. It's an object shining in the light of consciousness. It's an object shining in your light. You cannot be the intellect. It's your intellect. It functions in your light. You lend consciousness and sentiency and awareness to that intellect, but you cannot be that intellect. It changes continuously. So many things we understood in school, we may have forgotten. So many things we did not understand in school, now we understand, and so many things remain for us to understand. So the intellect changes continuously. Yet I feel I was the same kid who didn't know calculus in school, who knew calculus in college, and who has again forgotten calculus now. I'm the same person. The intellect has changed. So the intellect is also a changing object. I am the unchanging witness of the intellect. The intellect is also a known object, drishya, and I am the drashta, the seer of the intellect, and so on. All the reasons apply. Vikari, nirvikara, drishya, drashta, jada, chetana. All of them apply to the intellect. The intellect being closest to the Atman, very close to the Atman, it shines in the light of the Atman, and it seems to be very sentient and very conscious. Much more conscious than the body is the intellect. But still, it borrows consciousness from you. It is not you. It is not our real nature. And the Upanishad says, we can predictably, you are right, you are not the intellect either.